in the lobby of one of the Capsule hotels here in Akihabara, where we're going to be spending the night tonight. Capsule hotels are kind of weird. If you don't know what they are, it's kind of like what the Japanese version of a hostel would be. All of your beds are kind of just in the walls. It's not really a room. There's no real private door or anything. The ones upstairs, they're a little different than we expected. They're kind of more luxury, more suite-like than we originally thought. In my head, capsule hotels were kind of like a pod in the wall, you know, like a capsule. But these, yeah, they're pretty spacious. So this is what the capsule hotels here look like. As you can see, they're actually pretty spacious. I mean, there are New York apartments smaller than this. All right. I'm 6. This is my room. So a lot bigger than I thought it was gonna be. You gotta take your shoes off and all these rules to be considerate and courteous of other people. Oh, I didn't even notice the TV up there. It's kind of fun being at the Capsule Hotel. It actually reminds me a lot of like dorms in college. Like you have the boys' floor and the girls' floor. And what's really, really weird is the bathrooms. Like there's a shower on one floor but not another. So like we're on, I think, like the 5th floor and we have to go down to the 3rd floor to take our showers. It's interesting. It's kind of fun. It's kind of cool. But moving on, today. Oh my god, today. Today, we went first off to the Studio Ghibli, or Ghibli, however you want to pronounce it. We went to the Ghibli Museum. And it was everything that I wanted it to be and more. So we're here today at the Studio Ghibli Museum. You cannot take pictures or video inside, but anywhere outside we can take all sorts of awesome pictures. You can see behind me one of the statues from Castle in the Sky. You have the aviary, which has all the vines growing on it. Over there is the cafe where we might get a chance to eat at before we leave. It's a little bit rainy today, but you know what? This is the sort of rain I can deal with. The Ghibli Museum is absolutely amazing. It is both breathtaking and inspiring. May have cried a little bit, it's okay. There's actually a life-size Neko bus right through those doors that I cannot show you, but it's in there and it's awesome, and I may have pretended that I played on it. It's for children, so I kind of can't. Going around the Studio Ghibli Museum, at first I was kind of disappointed that I couldn't take pictures or video or anything, but the whole theme of the museum is essentially lose yourself, and after going through it, I understand what they were talking about. If the whole point is to lose yourself and to just get lost in all of the awe, it makes sense. You kind of, when you have a camera and you're constantly looking at things through a lens, you don't really experience it the same way as if you were just in the moment, and I was so grateful that they made me be in that moment. Some of the exhibits are really awe-inspiring and just taking them all in. There's something about being there, being in that place. There was a shadow room where they showed you how Miyazaki really just loves animation and the art of film, and you could just tell by looking at all of these how important they are to him, how everything was so perfectly designed, and it created this feeling. I mean, it wasn't as elaborate as going to like Disney World, but you could tell the same attention and care and emphasis on the detail was there. I got that same magical, whimsical feeling. And yeah, that was something. We even, like, when we went to the museum, there was something very specific that I wanted to buy at the gift shop if they had it. I didn't even know if it existed, but I said if it was there, I was going to buy it. And it was there. It's mine now. I have it forever. It's mine. Anybody whoever comes to Tokyo, I'm taking them to Studio Ghibli. It's just, or Ghibli. Again, I feel bad. The Japanese pronounce it Ghibli, the Americans pronounce it Ghibli. It's just, where do you put the H? But after that wonderful, whimsical, amazing experience, we then moved on to Nakano Broadway, which is essentially what I expected we were going to find at the Anime Expo yesterday. It's essentially just like 5 floors of a dealer's room. Just flea market-like little inserts in the walls and shops and booths, anything and everything you could ever want anime. But it is very flea market-like. I mean, there aren't big pretty posters or billboards or signs or anything. Things are just kind of crammed into every nook and cranny, but there were costumes, there were wigs, there was makeup, there were figurines. I got a lot of these really cute little Madoka Magica figures, yay big. Moving on from Nakano Broadway, we headed to Tokyo Tower, which has essentially been taken over by One Piece. The anime One Piece is insanely popular in Japan, and it's really popular here in America too. But just the sheer level of attraction to the idea of actually an anime or manga taking over a Japanese iconic location for a long time. They've been there for almost a year now, I think, and they have no intention of leaving anytime soon. And I didn't know that about Tokyo Tower, by the way. You think of it like, okay, you go up the tower, you look around, you take pretty pictures, and you leave. There's more to Tokyo Tower than that. The base of Tokyo Tower is essentially like a convention center and a shop. It kind of reminded me of like all the subway stations. There were cafes, there were little shops where you could buy just random assorted stuff. Then there was also the One Piece stuff, and then there was the gift shop, and then there was this other thing going on, and there was another festival going on at the same time, and there's stuff to do at Tokyo Tower is what I'm saying. And then, ladies and gentlemen, something happened after we left Tokyo Tower that I'm not entirely sure how to explain. I'm actually still trying to process it myself. So we went to this place called the Robot Restaurant. And for those of you who might be curious, I'm still trying to process it myself. Like, I don't know how to explain what happened. It just kinda... see for yourself.
You're evil. I beat you up.
Yeah, that was just the stuff I recorded. I mean, if you've been, you know. If you haven't, you don't have a clue. It's one of those things. You're like, where I was before I saw this and where I was after I saw this. I will never be the same after seeing that show. It was breathtakingly insane and crazy. It was like this combination of I don't even know, Sailor Moon meets Power Rangers with a little bit of Final Fantasy thrown in there, and robots and sushi, and I'm gonna be processing that for a while now. Starting to really get into the swing of things here in Japan. I mean, we're starting to sleep better, so yay, back on track there. We are also really getting comfortable with finding our way around the city. I'm getting more comfortable with kind of going around the city, figuring out how everything goes, getting an idea where General North is, and if I need to find this place, I need to turn left here, blah, blah, blah. That is immensely awesome. However, tomorrow is our free day where they're just going to let us loose on the city, and my ability to get around will be put to the absolute test. But I'm really looking forward to that, and I'm insanely tired, so I'm going to head back up to my capsule right now and go to bed and get some much needed sleep after a much, much enjoyed fun day seeing the sights. The tour is absolutely amazing. This is probably the best decision I have made in years doing this tour. Everything is organized. All of the stuff that I want to do is on this tour, which is why I signed up for it in the first place. I have yet to be disappointed by anything that has been booked. Halfway through, I'm really actually curious how on earth I'm going to top today. There is no topping today. After the Studio Ghibli Museum and Robot Restaurant, I don't see how Japan could be any better. We'll find out.